The sun, our star, our life giver, the quiet constant in the sky that has burned for 4.6 billion years. Every sunrise promises stability, every sunset reassurance that tomorrow will come. Humanity has built its civilizations, its calendars, its very existence around the rhythm of the sun. But what if one day that rhythm broke forever? What if the sun, the very thing that sustains us, turned into the greatest threat we could ever imagine? What if it went supernova? To grasp the horror of this scenario, we need to remember what a supernova really is. It's not a gentle fading of light. It's an explosion of unimaginable force, one of the most violent events in the universe. When a star reaches the end of its life, its core collapses, and in less than a second, all of its stored energy is unleashed in a blinding wave that can outshine an entire galaxy. It is creation and destruction fused together. And if it were our sun, it would not just be spectacular, it would be the end. At first, the death of the sun would not be sudden. Stars like ours do not simply explode without warning. They swell into red giants first, their outer layers expanding, consuming everything in their path. Slowly, Earth would be roasted alive. The oceans would begin to boil, steam rising in columns to a sky that turns blood red. Our atmosphere would thicken with toxic gases as temperatures climb past any threshold life can endure. Cities would crumble not because of war or decay, but because the very ground beneath them would melt. Plants, animals, humanity, everything would be scorched by a sun that has become a monstrous, swollen predator in the sky. Even Mars would not be safe. As the sun expands, its fiery tendrils would reach far beyond Earth's orbit, possibly engulfing the red planet as well. The inner solar system, the cradle of human history, would be reduced to ash and vapor. The outer planets might survive longer, but even they would feel the searing radiation, their icy moons suddenly thawing and boiling before freezing again in the aftermath. Then comes the final act. The sun's core would collapse. Gravity, no longer held back by the star's fusion, would win the battle. The sun would implode and then detonate. The explosion would release more energy in a moment than our star has emitted in billions of years. A shockwave of fire and radiation would tear across the solar system. Earth, already lifeless, would be obliterated, its crust shattered, and its very atoms scattered into space. Jupiter and Saturn would be battered by waves of deadly radiation, their atmospheres stripped away. The solar system would be unrecognizable, reduced to glowing debris. For a few weeks, the sun would shine brighter than any galaxy in the sky, a beacon of death visible across the cosmos. Astronomers in other star systems might look upon it with awe, never realizing that for us, it was the last light we ever saw. But the horror does not end there. After the supernova fades, only a corpse remains, the sun's core, compressed into something alien. If it became a white dwarf, it would shrink to the size of Earth, yet remain unimaginably dense, glowing faintly as the solar system drifts into eternal night. If the collapse went further, the sun could form a neutron star, an object so dense that a teaspoon of its matter would weigh more than Mount Everest. And if fate was truly cruel, our sun might even collapse into a black hole, a tear in space-time itself, swallowing everything that drifts too close. Imagine Earth, if it even survived the explosion, now a frozen, airless rock orbiting a corpse. No sunlight, no warmth, just endless night and silence. The frozen remains of oceans would stretch across the planet like jagged glass, and the ruins of cities would stand like tombstones to a civilization that once thought itself eternal. Even if humanity somehow escaped into the outer solar system or beyond, we would forever carry the memory of the day our star died. And perhaps the most chilling part? This is not fantasy. Every star has a lifespan, and every star eventually dies. Our sun is not massive enough to go supernova naturally. It will end as a red giant before collapsing into a white dwarf. But the destruction it brings will be no less absolute. Earth will not survive the sun's death. The timeline is billions of years away, but the inevitability is written into the fabric of the cosmos. But here's something to think about. Do you believe humanity will ever manage to escape before the sun dies? Could we colonize another world? Or are we destined to vanish with our star? Write your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your theories. So, when you look at the sun tomorrow, think about its double nature. Today, it gives us warmth, life, and light. But one day, it will take it all back in fire, in silence, and in shadows. The death of our star is the death of our world. It is not a matter of if, it is only a matter of when. And if you enjoy exploring these terrifying space scenarios, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps, and there's so much more cosmic horror to uncover together.